to Brown Mondays. I'm your host, Amar.
I'm your host, Lokesh.
I'm your host, Nikesh.
Wait a second. Before we get started, for everyone who's listening, Nikesh is wearing this weird-ass getup right now. So he has a suit on, he has a turtleneck, like an off-white, pretty dope turtleneck, to be honest, and a gold chain on. Why the hell are you wearing a suit right now?
The bigger question is, why aren't you guys wearing a suit?
Because I'm not a fuckboy.
And I also don't need to wear a suit because I have dope-ass outfits on the daily.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm not gonna front. You look good.
You really look good, though.
I'm not gonna front though. You look good. But why? Yeah. Why are you wearing this?
Is this for business or is this for
business? I went on a business trip to New York. I just flew in, so New York was pretty chilly.
What was the business?
It was a convention.
Convention.
So is this like a work convention or is this like a pleasure convention?
Pleasure convention.
Yes, pleasure. That's a good way to say it. It's a singles convention. Have you heard of Mohan Matchmaking?
Yes. Who hasn't?
Yeah.
So you went to the convention?
Yeah, second year. It's in New York. It's a good time.
Oh, really?
I heard a lot of things about these events. Like, are there like events you go to during this convention? Is there like, wait, you need to break this down so we can understand this whole thing.
Oh yeah. You want to go next year?
It's
in Vegas. It's in Vegas.
Oh,
Ooh,
all right. You got me at Vegas.
Take a chance and find your love next year. All right. So here's how it works. You get an itinerary. Okay. Majority of it is speed dating. Okay. And they have after parties, and then they have like receptions and things like that. Have you guys done speed dating before?
Wait.
I don't think I'd be good at it.
How are you going to talk to her? Wait, hold on. Let me see if like it's got to be like intricate speed dating, right? So like. How long, like, do speed dating like 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 10 minutes? Usually?
It's like 1:30 to 2 minutes.
All right, then you got to be really particular in the questions you ask.
Well, you also have to be unique, right?
That's true.
Because you're going to look like every other shit guy in the speed dating, you know?
Dude, I heard of good stories. A lot of people, some of the guys were bringing like bottles of wine. And
Yeah, actually, a guy bought a bottle red, a bottle white, some cups, puts it on the table, and says, hey, which one would you want? And you get the girl fucked up enough, she'll talk to you, right? No, I'm just kidding. That's a good strategy.
That's one way. That's one way to get her to talk to you.
That's one way to get her. Yeah.
But
loosen her up.
But then, how do you know that's the real her?
You don't know. I mean,
you only have a minute and 20 seconds. Let's be honest. How are you really gonna figure out?
Wait,
but then in 2 minutes, so you give someone wine, it's gonna hit her onto the next guy. So you're really helping out the other fellas in the speed dating, right?
I think it's more of just an icebreaker.
It is an icebreaker. I was just
you're doing
kidding.
something
Yeah,
very
exactly.
fun, right? You're not. It's not a point to it, but.
Why don't you just ask her a really intricate question so you get to know her personality? Like, hey, what's your favorite drink to drink?
Oh, your 2 minutes are up. See, you can't do shit like that.
Should be like next.
But then how the hell am I supposed to know anything about her?
That's what you
No,
do.
you gotta say something funny and witty. Like if you're sitting down, like my thing would be make her laugh. Like I would sit down and I would catch her off guard, right? Because she thinks you want to talk to her. I'd be like, I'm really looking forward to that next girl, and she'll probably be like, what?
And then she'd be like, okay, fine, talk to her.
All right, just leave. Leave right now.
Yeah.
Depends on what kind of brown girl she is too.
But I want a girl that's like humor. Right? Understands humor. That's my humor, witty, funny. You know,
sarcasm.
If she doesn't get that, I know from that interaction. Okay, she didn't get my humor, so I'm next.
So would you be super sarcastic? Would you be like?
Yeah, you have to stand out. There's 500 people in the room. How are you gonna stand
Yeah,
out? Hey, what's your favorite color?
You have to stand out. Oh, where are you from? 40 other people have asked me where the fuck I'm from, right? So,
what about your favorite color?
I can look, and also they have an app, so I can look that up on the app. Oh, this girl Cindy is from Memphis or Texas or New York, right?
I don't want a Memphis girl.
Yeah.
What would you ask a girl? I'll play my humor card.
Okay.
So what are you gonna do that's funny? Pretend Elmer's the girl that you want to
Pretend I'm the girl.
So
I sit down.
speed dating.
Let's speed date right now. You have a minute and 20. Ready?
I'm not going to be very good at this at all.
Oh, you're the girl, and then you're the
got
guy.
you.
All right, he's gonna make you laugh.
Set a timer for a minute 20.
All right, so then the minute it starts, and then you're like, hi, what's your name? Damn, already?
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah.
Bro,
No, I'm kidding.
But you're the girl,
right.
though.
Wait, no, am I the girl or is he the girl?
No,
You have longer hair.
You're right.
You have
know
longer
what?
hair.
You be the guy. I'll be the girl.
All right. So what kind of oh damn, I already screwed this up. I can't even ask the hobbies because I'm like,
You're really sweaty.
I'm very nervous and anxious actually, really.
Are you from around here? Are you visiting? Are you from New York?
I'm not from New York, I'm from Florida. You know how Florida boys get, you know?
Oh God.
Next.
You're very interesting.
We've got beaches. We've got parties.
Oh, so I'm assuming you went to UF.
Not that school.
Oh, okay.
Actually went to a different school.
Huh.
Oh, time
Oh,
flies.
minute's up. All right, gotta go. Say, hey, nice talking to you, Mr. Okay,
yeah.
yep.
See, I wouldn't kind of be the kind of client that'd be like interested in like speed dating. I don't think I'd be good at it.
Yeah, I feel like it's not easy.
It's not easy at all. It's not easy. That's why I opted out this year.
Oh, you didn't do it?
No, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
So what events did you go to?
Hotel lobby. It's good. After parties are good. You know, and you're
You
kind
just
of
crashed the party.
exactly. You're kind of at a disadvantage if you don't have the application. You know, the app. You don't have access to the speed dating. So you're at a disadvantage essentially, right? Because all the girls can like notice you in speed dating, and if they connect, then you guys can see each other after, right? So I had to go out of my way to meet people, right, in the lobby and after party and such. And the after party was an excellent time.
Did you meet any special people?
Yeah, I met a few people in the after party. And the after party, the great thing about the after party, it was just 1,000 people in this wedding style hall, and I walked in and I felt like I was David Attenborough in the Serengeti. There was the bar, which we could call the watering hole, if you will, and then we have all these beautiful women, the lionesses, looking for their Lion King. But some of these lionesses would also come across hyenas, hyenas in the Pride Lands. So it's important for the lionesses to attract the Lion Kings, right? But there's very few Lion Kings, right? You're gonna have hyenas everywhere.
I love this extended metaphor
I
that you
love
utilize.
this metaphor. Did you meet your lioness?
I met a few lionesses, and so now it's just time to.
You gotta be the leader of this pride now.
Yeah, I have to be the leader. And then what do lions do? They sit at home while
Jack shit.
while the wife
while the lionesses hunt and
are
bring
hunting,
home the food.
Yeah, it's a great concept. We should adapt that in our society.
I mean, I think we've moved past that, but yeah, like
I'd vote for that.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
So
trad wives are in right now.
Would
Ever
you-
heard of trad wives?
No, what is that?
It's like girls that are like they want to go back to being a traditional wife.
Oh, that's
So
it now?
they're posting about how it is to be a traditional wife.
Is that the mob wife thing that people are doing? What's that?
I don't know about the mob wife thing.
What is that?
I've never heard of any of this.
But yeah, trad wife is like they go home, they cook, they clean, they do everything that a traditional wife does.
Oh, so they're not Cardi B.
No, not Cardi B at all.
She don't cook or clean.
And I was wondering, like, how is this getting back in style? I guess no one wants to work, so that kind of makes sense. But wait, I also saw you were talking about an app somewhere to Mohan. Like,
Yeah, the convention had an app, right? So it was basically like Instagram for the convention people.
Is it still on?
No, I think it shuts off like a week after. So, everyone has their dating profile on there, how old you are, what you do, photos, and then like just other things. You just
So it's a place for them to connect afterwards. So
yeah,
they
just a
can
dating
continue
app for the
conversation.
convention. Yeah, exactly. So if I say I met Ummer in speed dating, I'm like, man, this girl's cute. Like I want to get to know her. And
I am
so
a cute
I
girl.
didn't, and then there's I didn't get her Instagram handle or I didn't get her phone number. I would hit her up on the app and say,
You just
hey.
jump in her DMs.
Yeah, it's basically the app DMs, right? So I'll be like, hey, Ummer.
If you couldn't get her the first time, you sure as shit ain't get her the second time. So why give it another shot?
Exactly. Shoot your shot, right?
but you gotta keep shooting,
I bet I got raunchy on that app.
That's what
Oh.
Kobe Bryant said. If I take 24 shots and I miss all 24, I just gotta keep shooting more because that means I gave up beforehand. Rest in peace, Kobe.
Rest in peace.
But dude, girls like it when you shoot your shot. Like, what's the maximum amount of time you're gonna shoot your shot into you?
That's appropriate too.
That's appropriate. Before it becomes borderline stalkerish.
I don't know. I've heard of some guys do that and they get the girl, and some guys do that and obviously they get a restraining
What
order.
number? What number?
I think.
Have you had a restraining order before? Do you speak from experience?
No, I just know people who have had a restraining
Oh,
order.
his friend.
Who's that?
We won't name drop people here on this. We're not here.
Yeah,
to
we're not
out
here to
anyone.
name drop.
We're not name dropping, but I think 3 times is probably a max. Like you strike out like baseball. First swing you miss, second swing you miss, third swing just get the fuck out.
Yeah, maybe she's having an off day and she just doesn't respond to you. But then there's some guys that are just creepy.
Straight up persistently creepy, and you're like, it's a Facebook Indian, kind of like a Facebook Indian guy, where that's what I've heard horror stories with girls. They just keep hitting them up. Hey, you want to go on a date? Hey, beautiful, like all this other stuff.
So what's the difference between a girl, hey, I'm not interested in this guy, or this guy's creepy? What's the difference?
Timing, and also personality, and also beauty.
Beauty? Like if a girl's
Attraction.
like attraction, if a girl's attracted to you, then he may get away with a little bit more lenient. Maybe his humor will come off funny versus someone who thinks he's funny. And
You can
not
really
as
push the
attractive.
envelope if you're attractive. You can
Yeah, I
pretty much
agree.
do whatever.
Yeah, but most of the time these guys know they're attractive too, or they act like they're attractive.
But you gotta be confident.
That's
Even if
true.
you're not attracted. Girls like guys that are confident.
But they don't like narcissists.
Yeah, we won't get to that. That'll be another episode.
So that's a fine
or
fine
cocky.
line that
So
you
it's
gotta go.
it's confident, cocky, narcissist, right? Is that the spectrum?
Yeah, I could say that. I could see that. But I guess it goes on the arrogance scale too, kind of like that too.
The spectrum is wide. And
Everything's a spectrum these days.
Yeah, everything's a spectrum. You gotta include everybody.
you gotta include everybody.
So yeah, back to the app. So right?
Yeah. So like you said, the app it expires after a certain amount of time.
Yeah, it expires after a week. So it encourages you to really
Show your
be
real
aggressive.
colors.
Be aggressive, right? So a lot of the people, the app is in alphabetical order. So what would you guys do if your name was Zane? You're screwed. If I'm a girl and I'm looking through the app, I'm going through A through B through C, and I'm like, damn, I'm
And
tired.
most people name their kids with A's. So
Yeah.
that's like at the top, right?
Yeah,
No one
you're
really
A.
goes past that.
Yeah. So if your name is Zane, how do you do? What do you do to
You're trying to jump the queue, but I don't know how you're gonna jump the queue.
what do you do? I've seen people.
You'd have to change your name or put a number in front of it. to
Yeah,
get it.
exactly. You put a symbol in front of your name, and then you get jumped to the top. But if everybody catches on and does that, then you're gonna have all these people with asterisks and signs and
All the Zanes and Waids and
all those people on the bottom are gonna be at the top. So
Well, I mean, I'd be trying to contact the girls on there, right? So I'd be going through all the girls. So
Yeah,
for
yeah.
me, it wouldn't matter for me. I mean, I don't know. Unless they're a girl, obviously maybe girls are messaging guys are looking for the particular. Maybe they forgot who it was.
no, I don't think any of the girls are messaging.
Did girls say anything too crazy? Like what guys would? Some of them tell you like, "Hey, this just happened to me. Look at this. This is wild."
On the app. What did they say to me? I mean, some of the girls were telling me they had 75 requests on the app. They just had request after request after request, right? So, have you heard of alert fatigue? You get so many notifications and alerts in your life that you're kind of just like
That's how
sick
I
of
feel
it,
about
right?
my email.
Yeah, email. Like, can you imagine? Like, I have 900 emails, right?
You
that
want
are
to see
unread.
mine?
Oh no, are you one of those guys that just keeps their notification up with like 50,000?
I did not want to see that naked picture.
What? There's no negative picture. 167,000.
167,000 emails. See, you're a popular guy.
None of it's important.
So exactly. So in the app, the app is like the lowest of the lowest tier you can be in to connect with someone in this thing, right? If you get someone's Instagram handle, then you're like, okay, hey, this girl might be kind of attracted to me, right? If you get her phone number, you're basically married.
But this app is kind of ingenious though, and the fact that you actually thought about the people that utilize their phones and their technology a lot. So you're adding that component into it. I guess the good thing is that you're there in person, and you also connect via online, because sometimes people are afraid to say how they really feel
But
in person.
that's a bad thing though, right? And I'll tell you why. Because what happened during 3 or 4 years of COVID, right? Everybody was sitting at home on their couch, going through Dill Mill and Shadi and Hinge and whatever, right? So it's easy to just talk to people behind a phone, right? But now people don't know how to approach a woman in public and really just be like, hey, compliment her or whatever, right?
So that you think they're going back to the days where you're like at a party, and then after the party you text a girl back and you're like,
Well, then they don't have the number though.
and yeah, they don't have the number.
And they have to request a girl on the app. So how are you supposed to?
But I saw you at the party, but I was too afraid to talk to you, kind of thing.
Oh, I never did
Like
that.
you have a whole different set of problems in life. Dating is not really your problem, my friend.
You guys haven't seen these posts on Twitter or anything
Oh,
like
no,
that?
I never saw
Oh,
that.
God.
I do.
Our algorithm doesn't have struggles.
Yeah, I don't have that.
I see everything, all right?
But you're right. I
I'm
mean,
sorry I have an open algorithm.
These dating apps are getting wild though. I mean, recently I heard of one that you have to make like a minimum of $100,000 a year to join the app, and I'm like,
What app is that? They
Yeah.
verify you with pay stubs and shit?
Yeah, they have to send in your pay stub and
Wow.
verify. So it leaves the fiscally irresponsible people out, I guess.
That's good. And they should put credit scores on there too.
That's what I saw.
Want financially irresponsible women on there.
I saw something that said there's a new app that's out that you have to have a 675 credit score or above to even be considered on that app.
Oh.
And I'm like, I mean, I guess you have to be financially.
Obviously, I get my credit score up.
My credit score is fine. All right, I pay my bills on time.
So no, but yeah. So back to our point, right? So everybody's so glued to their phone and so used to just picking up girls or creeping girls out or whatever. The girls have 100 potential people they could talk to, right? If you're an attractive woman, you're gonna have so many matches, right? And so how do they filter through all these? Right? You have to stand out in the app. I think it's easier to stand out in person than it is on an app, right?
Yeah.
So if you meet someone on speed dating, that's one step, right? Like if you are
But I have a better chance, I think, in person and speed dating if I would in an app.
Yeah.
But you got to understand, some people aren't as outgoing as you guys. They're not going to make the first move all the time.
Yeah.
So I think it also benefits the girl to make the first move too. We can't only, the society has now shifted where the girls should also be able to make the move if they're interested in that guy.
I will say though, at the convention, a lot of girls did make the first move because the guys were just in group. There was like a group of 4 or 5 guys that were just hanging out.
So in the Serengeti, there were a group of
there was just a group of male
baboons.
lions. There was a group of hyenas and baboons just mingling.
They didn't realize the point of this whole thing is to go out.
Yeah, like,
And that's called real pride.
yeah,
That is a pride of lions.
yeah, the pride land.
Nothing wrong with that. Hey, nothing wrong with that. But if you're trying to get a girl, then that's also a different story.
Yeah, Rafiki.
If I paid $500, I'm there for a mission. Like, I'm not talking to any guys.
Oh yeah.
Like, don't.
I mean, one of my friends that I went with was like, "Hey, did you talk to any guys?" I'm like, "Do you think I'm going to go to this
You think I'm
to
gonna
talk to
talk-
guys for you? No. If you want me to talk to a guy for you to help you out, then yeah, I will. But I'm not going to go talk to random guys."
Oh, the girls that went with you?
Yeah.
Your friends?
But then why don't you just go through mutual friends? Unless you're at that age where all your mutual friends are kind of like.
Yeah. What was your perspective of the girls? So you went with 2 of your friends that happen to be girls.
Happen to be girls. Yeah, they were born girls. Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I don't know how they identify, but my first question was like, okay, so you're going with girls. Are y'all staying in the same room? Like, I had many questions, but
Yeah,
regardless of that,
yeah, so-
what was their perspective?
They thought that like I said, they had tons of message requests, and then they had done speed dating, and so a lot of the girls were, I think, overwhelmed with the amount of some of the girls, like if you were like a cute girl that had like a normal good head on your shoulders and like you were like ready to be a wife, you probably had tons of requests, right? And so a lot of the girls were like, after Saturday, after Sunday, they're kind of exhausted. They're emotionally drained. They're just like, okay, I'm mentally exhausted. So they take a break for a couple of days and they're like, okay, like let me see who I want to talk to, right? And so, they go through it, they figure out who they like, they talk to them, and then that's kind of how that goes, right? But then that week of the app, you're still getting requests. You're still getting constant requests. So you're at that point where you're like, man, I don't know who do I want? Who do I want to talk to? Who do I want to connect with and further?
Yeah, because it's difficult. You're only there for 1 weekend. You have so many people to talk to, and you just don't know.
so I guess you got to put out feelers. Like, you got to be like, hey, and then you got to see how far they are. So does distance play a role in this, all this too? So like, if you're talking to a girl and she lives in New York and you're from Florida or you're from Texas, how the hell are you guys still going to connect? And is long distance relationship like a no-go for you guys, or is it something you can work through?
Did you
What do
meet
you think?
anybody from Florida?
No, actually, I didn't meet anyone. No, the people I knew from Florida were there, but there wasn't that many. I think
It's like,
there was a
you
lot
already
of
saw them on the app. You're like,
Northeastern.
I'd rather not
Yeah.
talk to you
There's a lot of-
anymore. We've already tried this
already
once.
tried it,
Let's just
yeah.
skip this part, huh?
There's a lot of Northeastern folks, obviously, because Philly, New Jersey, New York, tons of Indian folks out there. So it's kind of good they're moving from region to region. So last year it was in Chicago, New York, and then they're going to go to Vegas next year. So you get a lot of Cali, West Coast folks. So yeah, I think it's good that they're moving it around. What were you talking
Yeah, no, I mean that's good. I mean, if it's in Vegas next year, I'd love to,
Take a gamble.
take a gamble and see if I could maybe at least help out.
and worst case-
how cool would that be?
Worst case, go to the crap stable.
Yeah, shoot your shot at the game.
Yeah.
Or be like, have you met Nikesh?
Oh yeah. Have you met Lokesh?
Yeah.
A lot of, I mean, I've been like on social media, and I see a lot of like flack that. Shout out to Unip too, man, for like hosting this.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a tough event.
mean,
and getting thousands of people and like I haven't seen an event of this caliber for Indian people in America, right? And he's done it twice. Like that's
right?
their great group of folks that have done it twice. Put a lot of volunteers. That put in a lot of time to.
Nobody else is doing it. It's like everybody wants to be a critic and criticize and say all this BS, but it's like, well, why don't you do it then?
Yeah, why don't you do it?
And if you're having such a hard time struggling to find someone and you don't want to go through your parents' route to find someone, then this is the next best route. Like you're getting all these single people together in one place. And that's just to get people together in one place, your friends even, for like an event, that's really difficult. So like getting all these people here together, it takes a lot of time and effort.
Yeah, I mean, you can either take a risk, right? And say, you know what, I'm gonna put myself out there. I'm gonna go to the Mohan Matchmaking convention. I'm gonna go to whatever convention, right? Put yourself out there. It doesn't have to be convention, it could be anywhere, right? Or you can sit at home with your mom eating papinolo and dadbat, right? And
have your mom set somebody up.
and have your mom set somebody up.
See how that goes for you.
See how that goes. So
it works out for some people.
Hey, take the risk, right?
It
It costs a good amount of money. Take the risk, right? But you're investing in yourself and your future, right? Your wifey, your hubby could be in Vegas next year. You know,
we had so many single friends that we've told they should go to, but they just wouldn't go, right?
Because they're scared, right? It's a scary thing, but you got to put yourself out there and take the risk. If you're gonna get rejected, keep going. Find that there's 500 other girls, right? I'm sure one of them will talk to you. Right? Even if Umar shows up, right? They'll talk to Umar.
I have a good ass personality, right?
Yeah, there's someone for everyone.
Maybe
not. But no, even for real, I've heard these crazy stories of people. I guess I don't know how the second one worked, but the first one there was like an application fee, like $5 or $10 you had to pay. There were people trying to do chargebacks, trying to get that money back because they couldn't go or whatever. And I'm like, that's like really scummy.
Yeah, I mean, just pay. It's $10. It costs money to do these things aren't free.
Yeah, you don't know the venue, the lights, the people, the volunteers, the DJs.
Again, shout out to him. I couldn't put on an event like that.
I couldn't either.
So I mean, at least somebody in our country is doing it. So.
Yeah.
Especially like making it geared towards our culture and everything like that too. Because if you want to find someone that's within our culture, this is the best place you're gonna find it.
And do it in a fun way, in like a swanky hotel. It's like, come on, man. I've seen like growing up, there'd be like, I grew up in Missouri, and then we'd have like small samajas, and they'd host it in these tiny towns at like a gerba. And I'm like, when I'd see it, like the older people do it, I'm like, that looks terrible, man. I would never do this.
What, like a singles thing?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Do they have that in Nebraska, Nikesh?
They don't have that anywhere that I've heard. I know they do like singles cruises and stuff like that in Florida.
Do it?
Yeah.
It's like Temptations?
Adults only.
Adults only. Oh, we could do a TV show. An Indian style TV show.
So there's actually one called there's also one that follows a family karma. It follows a family in Miami. My friend told me about this the other day. It's like
Have you not seen this?
I haven't seen this. I have no idea about this.
You live under a rock?
Yes.
The thing on Bravo.
Are you joking?
That show's been out for so long. Actually, some of those people were actually at
they were
Matchmaking.
there.
They were there.
I've never seen it.
Oh wow.
You fucking with me?
No, absolutely not.
Wow.
I don't really watch Indian shit.
I feel like it's not Indian at all, but I'm just saying, I feel like you're very well centered
I feel
around
like pop culture, yeah.
Not Indian stuff or not Desi stuff or anything like that.
You should watch it. It's pretty good.
And in high school, I had Asian friends growing up.
Oh, so you were into anime and.
I mean, yes, but it's now it's acceptable these days.
Hentai, manga.
Hentai, yeah.
Manga, yes, but.
You don't have to talk tentacles and all that.
While he's eating sushi.
While you're eating sashimi and unagi.
But yeah, I didn't really hang out with like a lot of Indian people growing up. So I don't really like, because there's a lot of toxicity around our culture in general.
What toxicity are you talking about?
Like the whole log kya kahenge thing. Like, what are people gonna say?
Yeah.
So unless you come from a family that doesn't already give no shits, then you have to live kind of around that culture.
Oh, that's rare though.
No, that's rare to you.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that just don't, like these people that didn't go to the convention, there's so many people that are like, no, I can't.
No, rare as in like, that's rare that, a lot of people are like that still. It's rare to find people that aren't like that, I think.
That aren't worried
about what other people think.
That aren't worried about what other people think. No, yeah, people.
Would you say your family's like that?
That they care about what other people think? Yeah, I think most Indian families and Desi families are like that.
Yeah.
I think there's a shift going on where now the next generation's like, I don't care, I'm gonna do whatever I want. But initially, everyone in everyone's family, if they're first generation, they care about what people think. I think it just depends on your
It's
family.
a generation, yeah.
But I think that's part of it, which is why I didn't have many Indian friends growing up. And when I did, I kind of kept my distance away from them. Because if I was doing something, I didn't want them to tell their parents, and their parents told other people, and then it just goes around in a toxic, cyclical circle, you know?
Like if you're eating meat outside, like
Yeah, I'd never do that,
You can't
but-
eat meat.
I still have friends that hide that stuff from their parents. I'm
Yeah.
like, really, man? I'm like, what other things do you harbor from people? If that's how bad it is, I'm like, man, shit, I'd have to hide a lot.
Elmer's parents don't watch this.
You have to start blocking your parents.
Yeah.
Wow, cut this all out. Cut this all out.
Your parents follow you on Instagram?
No, I don't.
Do
My
you-
mom
do you
only
have
has an
Instagram?
Instagram, but both of my parents don't.
I don't let my parents. My dad's still on.
Facebook?
No, he's on. He's trying to add me, but I didn't.
My parents have a shared Instagram account,
Oh, okay.
but we follow each other.
But yeah, like that. Like I said, the Indian community is very toxic. Like whatever you say, or even whatever you do, it's gonna immediately send waves across the whole Samaj or whole
Like this podcast,
community.
everything we say in this podcast.
Yeah, this is
It's-
very unconventional.
Yeah,
That's true.
we're-
But I don't give.
I mean, yeah, if we don't say it, who's gonna say it?
That's true. Everyone's thinking it,
Everyone's thinking it.
And we just have
and
the.
it's only gonna go further down the rabbit hole. If you have a topic that you want the Mondays to talk about, comment, DM us. We won't say your name, but we'll talk about it if you have a question.
And if you want credit, we'll say your name too.
And if you want us to say your name, go ahead and say your name.
Yeah.
Actually, we have this other segment I was thinking about. One of the viewers and listeners told me about. We can do this dating app. We can analyze people's dating apps and kind of help them out.
Oh,
Right.
that'd be
Yeah.
cool.
So,
Fix their photos.
ladies, and I actually had one of my lady friends tell me she wanted my help with helping her dating app. So, we can do that and do it for guys and girls and kind of go through it on the show and help people beef their dating apps up to get more connections and things like that.
We used to have a friend in college growing up. One of my friends would actually just message the girl back. For the longest time, he would just use it and just talk to the person. I was like, that's going to cause an issue because eventually that girl's going to know that you're not the one messaging her.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was just terrible at communicating. So one of my better
Friends would do it.
Yeah,
and then when you go to the date, they have an earpiece and then they're
we
telling
never
them
got
what
that
to say.
intense, but-
Well, we'll do that for you guys too.
Is that a Will Smith movie that you guys are talking about right now?
It's like you're an agent and you're going in, you're getting
I don't know
instructions.
what kind of time you guys have, but I don't have time to do any of that nonsense shit. So.
Or a partner with the Govinda and Salman Khan.
They're like, pick up the check.
Pay
Check is
for
on
that
its
check.
way.
Do not
let
ask
her
her.
pay.
Do not ask her to split the bill. So
Do not let her
I can't believe you asked her to split the bill.
But she's gonna at least grab for it. So wait, let her at least attempt
Grab
to
for the
grab
bill
for it.
and grab for what?
we should do it for the girls. Like, okay, this is where you get up and walk away right now
Yeah.
before you could just walk out of this date.
Say you have a family emergency, but don't say what the emergency
to the
is.
bathroom.
Just go to the bathroom and never come out.
Abort mission. He's creepy.
Wait, why is Umber sitting at the table? Girl, get up and leave right now. I don't
Get up now. Pull the fire alarm and then you can leave.
Guys, if you enjoyed our content, make sure you like, comment, follow, subscribe. Just leave us some comments below to see what we want to talk about next time.
Yeah. And if you guys have dating profiles that you want us to look at, we'll take a look at those too and we'll have those on the next episode.
With that, see you next Monday.
All right, I'm Umar.
Lokesh.
Nikesh?
Catch you later, Brown Mondays and Mondays.